All right, obviously, number one, Notre Dame's a good football team. We saw them a week ago or 2 weeks ago against USC, and they're big, physical, athletic, and I think we came out in the first half, played a solid first half. You're down 17, you miss a field goal, you get 2 picks defensively, and you thought things were going your way. We didn't move the ball as well as obviously you need to win a football game. Just a lot of plays out there that we missed. The special teams to start off with a punt return for a touchdown. I think Byron Floyd, as a long snapper, has got a great chance to make a play. He, does what we asked him to do. We didn't clean it up. He didn't get any help. I think we missed a tackle there. I'm not sure exactly who. I know Byron was the first one there, but in the first half you give up 7 points on a punt return. Our defense played solid. I think the defense was on the field way too long. Another plus 10 minutes in the turnover ratio. And then we turned it over in the second half, and when you throw 4 interceptions, you muff a punt inside the 5-yard line when you should stop at the 8, trying to make a play, trying to make something happen. It turns the other way, and you give up really 2 touchdowns on special teams today. You can give them credit, but we didn't make enough plays. Obviously the team's going through a tough situation right now. We're not playing as good. Got a lot of young football players out there, and we'll stick together as a football team. We'll lock back in. We got another great Florida State team coming in, and we got to gather together and get going. Questions?
You said this isn't a great situation your team's going through. Why do you think that is?
I mean, when you lose like you lost today, you had a tough one last week. Why is it? I'll go back. I mean, as a football coach, you lose a lot of good players a year ago. You think as a coach you're gonna replace them. We obviously haven't. And again, it starts with me. I didn't do a good enough job coaching today, and put it on me. We got to make plays. So it just comes down to making plays and doing a better job coaching.
Yeah, what is it about the road that's been so tough for this team this year?
Yeah, it ain't the road. I'm not gonna blame the road.
Okay.
It's not the road at all. It just happens to be what's happened on the road. Christian started off pretty good, and then just some errant passes and some bad decisions, I guess. But it has nothing to do with the road. It has to do with us executing, us coaching, and making plays. In the second half, way too many missed tackles, and again, I give them credit. They got a big physical offensive line, and we didn't make the plays we needed to.
You weren't able to score off of 2 interceptions you guys got early in the first half there. I mean, you mentioned some of that lack of execution by Christian. What do you think led to that lack of execution off of those turnovers?
Again, I'll go back to just the first play. The first play of the game, we get sacked, and there's a crossing route. If you go back and watch it, that's wide open. He doesn't see it. And again, there's some big dudes in front of you, and there's a lot of things happen out there. So it's just excuse me, just one thing after another, and snowballs a little bit. But we got to make plays, and they do a good job on defense. Give them credit. They beat down Southern Cal 2 weeks ago. Had an open week, had 2 weeks to prepare for us, and we're fresh.
Pat, you mentioned the missed tackles a couple of times. It's been a problem earlier in the season. What's got to get better there?
Yeah, I mean, Estimine is a good back. He's physical. They're rotating 3 and 4 backs in there, and give them credit. I mean, a couple times there's some fit problems. We're playing a lot of young linebackers in there as well. I thought we did a good job. I don't know what the rushing stats were at halftime, but we did a good job there, and just either got worn out. We'll see it. I don't think there was a whole lot of adjustments on their side that they did that was different. We just didn't tackle as well. And again, it seems like it's mostly on the edge. I know the first touchdown was a crack replace. The corner didn't get off it fast enough. I'm not sure exactly why. Corner says that he came in and he took the guy, didn't know if it was a crack or he was running a crossing route. And they got us there. We'll see the fit on that, but it's just little things here and there. It's a player here and there, both offensively, defensively, and certainly special teams.
Yeah, you talked a lot last year about your frustrations on 4th down with the punt unit, and now this year you've allowed 2 returns for touchdowns. I mean, what do you think needs to be done to really fix these 4th down problems?
Again, the coverage was good, the protection was good all day. 2 years ago, I guess a year ago, last season, it was more the punter issues and dropping snaps. We have not done that this year. It's just a different way. But again, our coverage was good. I'll see exactly where the location of the punt was, and the punting wasn't great, but it wasn't awful. It was not the reason. But we got guys there to make a tackle, and it's the same thing on a kickoff return late where we got guys to make a tackle and we overrun the ball and just take some bad angles, and sometimes good players do that to you.
Does
So give
part
them
of
credit.
does part of that come with having to play true freshmen, redshirt freshmen, and really just young depth that has to be deployed every week on defense?
No doubt about it. I mean, Jordan Bass is getting a lot of reps out there. Biles was out there today. We got a bunch of young linebackers that are playing, and I thought Brandon George played really well today. Was physical and got a nice pick, and we'll see exactly what it was. But we're playing a lot of young guys, and again, nobody cares. That's no excuse, but we got to grow up. We got 4 games to go, and we're gonna come back and work on Florida State.
I have a question, actually. I feel like the Pitt offense and the Pitt defense have been playing almost as 2 separate teams, and they haven't been working together. What are you going to tell the whole entire team to start working together as one team? Because it seems like the Pitt defense is going out and putting all their effort in, while the Pitt offense is not utilizing that effort, and I'm sure the Pitt defense is frustrated. So how are you going to get this Pitt team to be one team again?
We'll stick together. We are one team. I can promise you that. And those guys are together in there. If you could walk through the locker room and see how they treat each other, and it's not that the offense isn't putting effort in. They're trying. It's a good football team, and they are together. I can promise you that. They are together, and they will stay together.
Coach, what did you make of the number of instances that Christian and some of his receivers seemed to not be in sync, where he was anticipating a route or they were breaking off a different way? What did you make of that?
Yeah. And again, you see a couple of them out there. I don't know if it's exactly the routes or the quarterback just throwing it where it's not supposed to be. We'll see the details there and probably have a better answer on Monday. But we had opportunities.
Jim, Noah, and Corey, and then we'll wrap it up. Jim, go ahead.
Pat, you often talk about taking what the defense gives you. I think early in the third quarter, you only had about 6 rushing attempts from your running backs. I mean, were you hoping this? Were they taking it away, or did you hope to run it more?
Up front, no one's really run the ball too much on them. I mean, they're pretty stout up front. They play man free, and they got some guys up front. We had a starting, new offensive lineman in there with Tarantino getting his first start. I think he had 5 plays going into it, so we thought our best chance was to try to throw the ball against them and get first downs that way. And we tried a little bit of option, and saw a little bit of the option out there. I think some of you guys maybe saw that on Tuesday practice. So it had a little mileage, but running the ball up inside against these guys was not something that you guys would whine if we did that. I think it would have been a big 3 and out, even bigger 3 and outs if we tried to run inside.
I noticed you had a moment with Sibo after the game on the field before you headed in the locker room. Are you willing to share, what was what took place there?
I love Sibo. I love everybody in that locker room. I can tell you that. Like I said to them afterwards, Sibo, we wanted to pull him out of the game. I don't want him getting hurt. See what he would not come out. He said, "I'm going, coach. I'm not coming out." And I just told him, I said, if you'd have got hurt, I'd have whooped you. I probably got my butt whooped, but I just didn't want him to get hurt. It was late in the game, and it was not worth getting him. If he had got hurt at the end, I'm just shaking my head. I said, Coach Powell, why is he still in there? And he goes, Coach, he won't come out. So I just thanked him for his efforts, and that's who we got. I mean, they're trying hard, and I don't fault their effort. We got to do a better job coaching. We got to find a way to muster some first downs and some touchdowns early. Way too many 3 and outs, and it's hard to win football games when you don't score. And Nate Yarnell came in, made a couple nice throws. They turned some loose on a naked. And Hart Johnson had a nice catch, and then was able to find it was a great throw by Nate Yarnell. So it was good him coming in relief and just taking Christian. It was great to see Christian and team guy rooting him on as well on the sideline.
Corey, get the last one.
You mentioned kind of regrouping with Florida State. Does having an opponent as tough as Florida State kind of help you press that fast forward button, so to speak, on getting over this one and then moving on to the next one?
I don't know if it matters who we played or who it's going to be. It's certainly you're going to fast forward because you put the tape on, and I think they whooped someone today real bad too. They got a great football team, so we got to come ready to go. We got to regather. We got to get healthy and fix some bumps and bruises that we got today and come back. And I don't think it would matter who we play, but we certainly got a great Florida State football team coming into Acrisure Stadium.
Nate coming in, was that just about him getting reps?
It's about getting him reps and just seeing what he's got. Like I told you, he's a good football player, and we've got a lot of faith in him as well. And it's just give him an opportunity to get Christian out of there and let him sit down and watch for a little bit and Christian's not benched. It's just a matter of, giving Nate a chance to go in there and show what he's got.
Coach, thank you.